Welcome back to Inglés 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. Okay, yes, welcome back. Welcome back, advanced listeners. Here we are in class number 7. And as always, we're going to start with a little review of what we saw yesterday. But first, I would like to mention something that I actually mentioned at the start of the intermediate portion of the show as well, which is as a request from Sergio, who runs our web portal, vaughaningles.com. He has asked me to mention on the program the testing procedure and the tests that are on the website and on the portal, I should say, because some people are writing in through the portal to him with questions and saying that they're having problems they're saying that their answers are correct, but the computer is not acknowledging that their answer is correct. There could be a number of reasons for this. One of them is that the system is a little bit picky. It's a bit selective. It's a bit picky in terms of the punctuation that is used. If you put 2 spaces instead of 1, you will be your answer will be considered wrong. If you do not put a space after a comma, your answer will be considered wrong. If you use the Spanish accent key instead of an English apostrophe, the computer will consider your answer to be wrong. So we will work on these things. We will adjust them and make it so that the computer will hopefully accept more possibilities. But if the computer says your answer is wrong and you insist that it is right, well, maybe you are right, but just be a bit understanding of that, please. And maybe go back and try changing your answer, the format of your answer a little bit, and then it might be correct. And remember, you can take these tests as many times as you want. So, of course, I would recommend that you take them until you get a perfect score. So that way you know that you've mastered the day's content. Okay? So I would recommend you take them until you get them all right. And if you absolutely can't get something right, well, maybe the problem is a question of punctuation, so you can click on Ver Soluciones and you can see the correct answer, and you can see if in fact you were wrong or if it was just a question of punctuation. All right, well, let's get started today with a little review of what we saw yesterday. Modal verbs, some questions with modal verbs. And in fact, here I had a question from a guy in Madrid who had written in through the portal. So this is for Juan in Madrid, who's saying that he has trouble pronouncing the word would. And in fact, I mentioned this on the program yesterday. Maybe Juan wasn't listening, but I did mention this. But it's time, to talk about a little bit of pronunciation. Pronunciation! What? Okay, Juan, yes, for you. This is for you, Juan, but not only for Juan, for everyone, because I have had probably over 1,000 students over the last 6 years of teaching English, and I must say that this is a very, very common problem, pronouncing the word would. Would. W-O-U-L-D. I would pronounce it if I could. Would you pronounce it perfectly if you could? Yes, I would pronounce it perfectly if I could. Now, would. It's the same as wood, as in madera, wood. And what we have to do here, the little trick that I use, is think of the word for egg in Spanish. How do you say egg in Spanish? Pues huevo. So, huevo. That make that sound with me. With me, please. Would. That's it. All right. Do you hear it now? Can you hear that? Out loud. En voz alta, siempre. Out loud. With me. Would. Okay, so ask me why. He wouldn't go to the party. Why wouldn't he go to the party? Okay, ask me why. She wouldn't go with him. Why wouldn't she go with him? They wouldn't fix it. Why wouldn't they fix it? He wouldn't turn on the machine. Why wouldn't he turn on the machine? Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Why would? Notice how I'm linking the words. Try to copy my intonation and my pronunciation. Why wouldn't he turn on the machine? They wouldn't fix it. Why wouldn't they fix it? Okay, now with another modal verb. You shouldn't drive so fast. Ask me why. Why shouldn't I drive so fast? Well, because it's dangerous. Okay? You mustn't eat hamburgers every day. That's what they tell me. You mustn't eat hamburgers every day. Why mustn't I eat hamburgers every day? They won't come here tomorrow. Why won't they come here tomorrow? She won't ask for help. Why won't she ask for help? Good, okay. Remember, always out loud, please. You mustn't give up. This is true. You mustn't give up. Why mustn't I give up? You shouldn't, this is true also, you shouldn't expect me to speak German. Why shouldn't I expect you to speak German, Kyle? Why? Well, because this is an English class, not a German class. He wouldn't notice the difference. If you changed something, he wouldn't notice the difference. Why wouldn't he notice the difference? She shouldn't be so loud. Why shouldn't she be so loud? Okay, so repeat. Repeat with me. So we have wouldn't, couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't, shouldn't. Okay. He wouldn't do it. Why wouldn't he do it? Out loud. Why wouldn't he do it? See how I'm linking the sounds? Why wouldn't he do it? He couldn't do it. Why couldn't he do it? Why couldn't he do it? Why couldn't he do it? He shouldn't do it. Why shouldn't he do it? Why shouldn't he do it? Why shouldn't he do it? Very good. All right. Now, yesterday we talked about to count on. Contar con alguien. To count on someone. Ask me if I can count on my brother. I said this yesterday. I like using my brother in examples. Ask me if I can count on my brother. Can you count on your brother? Yes, I can count on my brother. Ask me why I can count on him. Why can you count on him? Why can you count on him? Remember, closing the mouth with the letter M. Why can you count on him? Well, I can count on him because he's very reliable. He's reliable. And we have a difference here between to be able to trust someone. Well, we have this idea of trusting someone and relying on someone, okay? And I can say that I trust my brother. I trust him because we're brothers. We get along well. He wants the best for me, and I want the best for him. We get along very well, and I trust him. He would not intentionally harm me, but maybe I don't always rely on him because he's a little bit forgetful. So if I rely on him, that means I will give him a task, or maybe I will ask him to do tasks for me because I know that he will not fail. Like, remember to buy bread on your way home from work. Well, I'm not going to ask my brother. I mean, I trust him. He's not going to do anything deceiving. He's not going to intentionally try to harm me or take advantage of me or engañar, but to take advantage of me in any way. Definitely not. I trust him fully, and we care for each other completely. But I won't necessarily rely on him because he's a little bit unreliable. Because he is a little bit forgetful at times. So do you understand the difference there between relying on someone and trusting them? So I trust him, but I don't necessarily rely on him. Okay? Interesting. I think that's an interesting topic. Expression of the day. Oh, yeah. Our expression of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The expression of the day today is to have deep pockets. to have deep pockets. In other words, you have a lot of money. You're rich. Real Madrid, they always manage to sign the best players because they have deep pockets. Trust me, they have very, very deep pockets. Bill Gates has very deep pockets. He has no problem. But if I go out for lunch with Bill Gates, I would expect him to pay the bill because he has such deep pockets. Or Warren Buffett, a billionaire investor, Warren Buffett from Ohio in the United States. Very deep pockets. He was in Spain. I saw him on television. He came to Spain a few months ago for the first time ever, and he was being interviewed on television, and he was saying, yes, I'm here to buy Spanish companies. Now, not just invest in them, but to buy the whole thing, to buy entire companies or controlling interest in big Spanish companies. And they said, well, how big? What sort of companies? And he said, the bigger, the better. He believes, I guess he's optimistic about the future of the economy because he wants to buy into them. And many people see Warren Buffett as a genius and, probably the most successful investor of all time. So when he says that he's interested in buying something, well, people pay attention because he has deep pockets. Why does he have deep pockets? Well, he has deep pockets because he's made great investments over the years. He's the founder of this. Well, he's a big supporter of this buy and hold strategy, where he buys investments that he believes in, and he understands. He only invests in companies that he understands, and then he holds them for a long, long time. As a result, he's done very well. He's picked stocks very well. Stocks on the stock market, la bolsa, stocks, acciones. He has done a very good job of picking stocks, and he's done well. He's made a lot of money, so he has deep pockets. The expression of the day, deep pockets. All right. Okay, time to take a look now at 7.2. So class 7.2 in your student guide. Hopefully you're following along in your student guide, watching the lessons on television, okay? Following along and listening to the show. So here we have a structure. When was the last time? When was the last time you slept under a bridge? And your answer, I've never slept under a bridge. Okay, now I want to compare this structure, and it was explained, or several examples are given on television and in your student guide as well, but I want to explain that there are two ways we can ask this question. I can say, when did you last sleep under a bridge? Or when was the last time you slept under a bridge? And the question means the same thing. When did you last sleep? When did you last, por última vez, when did you last sleep under a bridge? It's like saying, when did you most recently sleep under a bridge? Or, when was the last time? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que? When was the last time you slept under a bridge? And your answer, using the participle, I've never slept under a bridge. When did you last read a novel in Polish? I've never read a novel in Polish. Okay, I'm asking the question, answer en voz alta at home. When did you last ring the bells in St. Peter's Basilica? I've never ring, rang, rung. I've never rung the bells in St. Peter's Basilica. When was the last time it took you 2 months to locate a plumber? It's never taken me 2 months to locate a plumber. When was the last time there was a torture chamber in your house? There's never been a torture chamber in my house. Very good. Did you say that at home? En voz alta? Please, en voz alta, siempre. When did you last say something offensive to me? I've never said anything offensive to you, Kyle. Oh, thank you. When did you last sell something for $1 million? En voz alta, I've never sold anything for $1 million. Not something, but anything negative, right? So I've never sold anything. And you can't say I've never sold nothing because that would be a double negative, okay? And remember, any on its own is not negative. It's used in a negative response, but it is not negative. So we have to say, I have never sold anything. Okay? When was the last time you showed me something worth $1 million? I've never shown you anything worth $1 million. When did you last sit down on a chocolate cake? I've never sat down on a chocolate cake. When did you last spend a pleasant afternoon in Nova Scotia, Canada? I've never spent a pleasant afternoon in Nova Scotia, Canada. You should try it sometime. It's beautiful. When was the last time you sang something in Russian? I've never sang anything in Russian. Good job. Good job. Well done practicing with the participle. And the present perfect. Very good. All right. Vocabulary of the day. Vocabulary. That's right. Vocabulary of the day. Pelar. The verb. To peel. To peel. Peel. Very good. To peel. Correr riesgos. Very easy. To run. Correr. To run risks. But the pronunciation, make sure you're getting that right. Risks. So it's S-K-S. Altogether, sks. To run risks. To run risks. Conmigo. To run risks. Risks. Okay, good job. Mala interpretación. Misinterpretation. Misinterpretation. So we use this term miss to mean that there has been a problem. We could say misinterpretation, misunderstanding, miscommunication, right? In all these cases, it means the miss indicates that there's been a problem. Okay? Abrumador. Overwhelming. Overwhelming. This radio show has been an overwhelming success. Thank you so much for listening and making it such an overwhelming success. Great. Castigo. Punishment. Punishment. Oh, yes. What is the punishment for students who don't work hard and repeat out loud? Well, the punishment is that they won't learn English. That's the punishment. It's that simple. You've got to do the work. No pain, no gain, no gain. That's how it works, folks. You've got to put in the effort. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Well, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking at the clock now, and we're completely ahead of time. I wish we had time, but we don't. We have the Saxon genitive here, and we're going to have to take a look at this tomorrow. We have the review section of the next class. Okay, the review section of Class 8. We will spend a little extra time talking about this because it's very important. But we're completely out of time, so I'm going to have to leave you for today. So we're done. Keep studying. Keep listening. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write in through the web portal. You'll get an answer, I promise. And I'll take all the best questions and address them here on the radio. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye-bye.